Nikola Tesla was a badass, and I'm about to give you a very brief introduction to a man that arguably deserves more recognition than any other scientist in all of time. This man changed the world, and if you know anything about Tesla, you'll appreciate that it would be impossible to try and even contemplate the inventions that he could conceive today with modern technology. Be mind-blowing. To tell the complete Tesla story would be impossible for me to do in this video, and I would strongly encourage you to take a minute after watching this video just to learn a bit about this incredible man. His name deserves to be known globally, and I've put some links to videos and websites in the description for you to find out more about him if you'd like. So first off, perhaps Tesla's most famous invention, alternating current. That is Tesla's superior version to Thomas Edison's direct current. Sidebar, Thomas Edison wasn't the genius inventor that history has remembered him for. The light bulb, for example, wasn't entirely invented by Edison. He merely improved on the ideas of the 22 other men that pioneered the design and engineering of the light bulb before him. What Edison did that no one else did was figure out how to sell the light bulb. You could even say he was less inventor and more innovator. Tesla actually worked for Edison early in his career. The story suggests that Edison promised Tesla $50,000, that equates to about $1 million in today's terms, to help him fix his DC motors and generators. Tesla, being the absolute badass he is, fixed Edison's machines. And when he asked for the money he was promised, Edison responded with, lol, I was kidding, Tesla, you don't understand our American humor. Now this is one side of a story that happened over 100 years ago, but I'll leave you to dig more into it. Anyway, back to alternating current, Tesla's world-changing invention. How did it change the world? The colloquial term for alternating current is kind of electricity. To this day, alternating current powers every home on the planet. It is the universal form of electricity that powers our televisions, our fridges, our lights, our PlayStations, basically anything you plug into a wall. Thank you, Nikola Tesla. What a hero, what a badass. So you might be thinking, yeah, that's really cool of Tesla, he definitely deserves some recognition. We have just gotten started. Another reason why Tesla is worth thanking is because he came up with the idea of radar. Robert Watson Watt, it's a great name, is credited for the invention of the radar in 1935. Yet 18 years earlier, Tesla pitched the idea to the US Navy. This was at a time where German U-boats were absolutely shredding anything in the sea. Unfortunately, the head of research and development for the US Navy at the time managed to convince them that it had no practical application in war. Who was head of research and development for the US Navy? It was Edison. It was Thomas Edison. Tesla was at the origin of so many phenomenal inventions that I'm just gonna have to quickly go through a few of them. X-rays, remote control, electric motors, neon lights, wireless communications, hydroelectric power. He actually built the first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. Tesla also discovered the resonant frequency of the Earth, and he also built an electromechanical oscillator, which apparently when turned on caused extreme earthquake-like vibrations that nearly destroyed the neighborhood of New York he was living in at the time. That's so cool. Also, towards the end of his life, Tesla was working on a death ray, an energy weapon. What? So badass. But the most badass, mind-blowing, potentially world-changing, insanely awesome thing that Tesla ever created never actually got built. Tesla came up with the idea of wireless transmission of electrical energy. This was a way to supply the whole world with power in the most creative and ingenious way. In 1891, Tesla did a demonstration. In each hand, he held a gas discharge tube, which was an early version of modern-day fluorescent lights. The tubes were not connected to any wires or anything, yet throughout the entire demonstration, they glowed with light. Tesla explained that the electricity was being transmitted through the air by the two metal sheets either side of the stage. He went on to speculate that one might increase the size of this effect to transmit wireless energy and information over a broad area, perhaps even the size of the Earth. In essence, Tesla's global power grid would fuel the planet with electricity which would intermingle with the natural currents moving through the Earth's crust and oceans. What? The plan would see towers spread across the world which would throw columns of raw energy skyward into the electrically friendly ionosphere 50 miles up. Then, for a customer to tap into this energy, they would equip their house with a buried ground connection and a relatively small spherical antenna on the roof. This would create a low resistant path to close the huge Earth ionosphere circuit. What's even cooler though is that ships in the middle of the ocean could tap into this power by installing a relatively similar antenna onto the boat. These currents would also be able to carry information by bundling radio frequency energy along with the power. Much like the modern technology we have that sends high-speed internet data along the power lines. Date recap, oh yeah, that's right, about 110 years ago. So just after the turn of the century, the first tower went under construction in Shoreham, New York. However, it wasn't long before the project started to run out of funding. Even after Tesla flooded the project with his own personal savings, they didn't have enough money to continue and the construction efforts were abandoned. The tower was never finished, and regarding its demise, Tesla stated,
"It is not a dream. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering. Electric power can drive the world's machinery without the need of coal, oil or gas. Although perhaps humanity is not yet sufficiently advanced to be willingly led by the inventor's keen, searching sense."
On the 7th of January 1943, Tesla died, broke and alone in a hotel room in New York. The man was a genius visionary, and it seems that the least we can do now is honour him. July the 10th is Nikola Tesla Day, so if you could find anyone who'd listen, tell them a bit about the story of the world's forgotten visionary. My name's DefinitelyOwen, and Nikola Tesla was the most badass scientist that ever lived. Thanks for watching. We're going to try something quite ambitious. We are going to try and create an outdoor cinema for some of the students here on campus. We're fortunate to have such a beautiful campus, and so this is one of the rare opportunities we have just to make such great use of it.